new perspective and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Coming to you live from the Pizza Ranch studio, and as always, presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Doak Propane, Great Southern Bank, Labor's Local 663, Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, and the Bank of Billings. And on to our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment here, presented by Chevrolet. We go about 150 miles north of the studio to Polo, Missouri, and we welcome in head Lady Panther softball coach Becky Ross. Coach Ross, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us on.
Well, Coach, I'm looking at just the last 3 years there. 49-10 over the past 3 seasons. You're undefeated this year. Talk a little bit about how the season up to this point has gone.
It's been a really good season. I would say it's been a lot of fun. This group of girls is, I've had most of them since they were freshmen. I would say out of 9 positions, 5 of them, they started as freshmen. So as you can see the continuation and the growth that we've had. Their first year was not our favorite year. We don't talk about it, is what we joke about. But we learned a lot that year. This year has been really good. We ended last year with a bitter taste in our mouth, losing to the district champ in the district championship game to the eventual state champs. And so we came up this year. Our theme is small ego, big mission. So we know that we need to come in with an ego that, hey, we're pretty good. We know we're good, but we need to really focus on that big mission of getting to that out of our districts and getting to the state tournament.
You know, as you look at your district, your Class 1, District 13, you guys are undefeated there. And then you've got Winston, who's 14-2. Tell us a little bit about that district, kind of handicap it a little bit, and where and when will that be played?
The district tournament will start not this week, not the following week. So I think it's like October 12th. It's a Wednesday. So we'll play Wednesday, Thursday, and then the championship game should be on that following Saturday. If we get our job done, that's where we should be. We will have our district seed meeting October 5th. And I think we should come out as the number 1 seed in that. The other team that's in there is also in our conference, Gallatin, the Bulldogs. And we beat them in our conference game 7-1, had a really good game that night. And I have not seen Winston this year. I do know that they have, we're in 2 totally different conferences. We did not set up a meeting. They, in the last couple of years, have not been very solid. And we normally beat them, in three innings. For us, we wanted to go see some different competitions to make sure we're ready to get where we need to be. So it'll be interesting. My scouting report this year, they co-opted with another school who was a district championship team last year. So I know that they're bringing in some people they haven't had before. I said small ego, but I'm also going to have a big one here is, at this point, I'm like, bring on whoever you want. We're going to take you. We got to have that attitude that we can win, we can do, and we'll do it. And we're going to do it our way because this is who we are this year.
As you're coming into this season, obviously you're 15-0, tremendous start, and you're 3/4 of the way done or through with this season. What off of last year's team did you have to replace? I know you mentioned you had 4 or 5 of the young ladies on this team that had started since they were freshmen. What positions did you have to replace in the lineup?
The biggest one that we had to replace was our all-state shortstop. So, that's such a commanding position too on the field. So losing Kayla last year, that was a big one. And you're not going to believe it, but I bit the bullet and I got a freshman starting in that shortstop position. And I'm really proud of her. She has stepped up. She's done a great job. She's embraced this group. And she did what I told her to do when we kind of had individual meetings. I said, keep your head down, mouth shut, and just show everybody what you can do. And she did that. And she's embraced these upperclassmen and let them lead her to where she needs to go. We also lost 2 outfielders, our left fielder and our right fielder. And right now we still haven't replaced 100% that left field position. It's still kind of a rotation. I'm going to be honest, it's who's got the hot bat right now. Fielding wise, I would say they both probably have the same ability talent wise, but you got to have an offensive line, and I've got to find who's not going to be that hole. So that's kind of what we're looking for. The right fielder really was a surprise to me. She had started off in the infield for us, And she's got a really good arm. And I looked at her and I sat her down and I said, look, sweetie, you want to play, but you're probably not going to beat out the girl at second base right now. Like she's going to own it this year. So if you want to play varsity, let's look at right field. And she was like, okay, coach, I want to play. And she's turned into a really good right fielder for us.
Speaking of hot bats, the young lady sitting next to you had a wonderful game. Hit for the cycle. I know she's been, she's a two-time All-State catcher. Tell us a little bit about Chloe Gilbert and what she means to the team.
Well, you have those players that you develop a good friendship with and a relationship with, and that you hope continues on. And I'm lucky to have that many times with my players, but Chloe's one of those special ones. She is an amazing player. And the thing that I think everybody wants to have on their team is that girl that just absolutely loves to play the game. And when Chloe comes to practice every day, it's a smile on her face. She's always going to be dancing. She's always going to get me excited about, I teach still. I got too much credit, other stuff going on. But Chloe makes me forget that at practice. And that's what I always say. We're at practice, we're at a game, forget the outside world. This is our thing. And Chloe does that for you. She's an amazing player on top of it. But she never she's the most humble person you'll meet. She would never tell you that she's a two-time All-State catcher. She would never tell you that she's batting .581 right now. That's just her personality. But yet she can lead her team, and they're going to follow. I really think if Chloe said, hey, we're going to run through this brick wall because that's what we need to do, her teammates would do that for her. And she would run through a brick wall because she's crazy like that, which you got to have as a catcher. The other thing is she's my assistant coach. I got two of them and they're fabulous, but this is my other assistant. And I tell her that all the time. I'm spoiled because this year I didn't have to coach as hard as you had. You know what I mean? And that's because when we get into our huddles, she's already telling them what's going on. When being behind the plate, she knows exactly what the official wants. So she's going to tell us what he's going to give us, what he's not going to give us. She also is going to tell us here, hey, this is what the pitcher's throwing, because she hits number 2 in our lineup. And the one thing is those girls are going to listen to her because Chloe knows her stuff. She can read a pitch. She tells you, she could probably even tell you the spin off of the pitch. If we numbered that ball, she can tell you what number's coming up. So I am blessed to have her. I am so excited to have worked with her both in the classroom and on the field. And I am truly going to miss Chloe next year.
Well, Chloe, those are glowing words. But first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named the Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Take us through kind of your preparation for a game. I don't know that you're playing tonight, but let's say you were, what are you going through right now to get ready? How are you taking care of your body physically and mentally?
Well, we drink lots of water. I tell all my girls to drink water. I can't tell them what to eat, but I'm like, don't eat a bunch of food because I don't feel like holding your hair when you're throwing up. But when it comes to game day, I just like to keep a positive atmosphere. I'm very much when I step onto the field, I'm like, pump up the music. We're going to go stretch. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to play hard, work hard, and win this game.
Do you have any superstitions, or are there certain things that you have to do every day before a game?
Well, I always put my belt on backwards, and there's a Nike sign, and it's always upside down, and the girls always make fun of me for it. And I'm like, sorry, it's just how it has to be.
How do you deal with the nerves as you get closer to the end of the season? Being a senior, you're wanting to extend this season out as long as you can. How do you deal with that part of it?
I just stay positive. I think of the best things possible. I rely on my girls. A lot of the times if I get nervous or anxious, I'll be like, hey, I'll dance it out. I like to dance it out.
Are you more nervous before a game or right now?
I think right now I'm perfectly fine at the game. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then I'm like, okay.
Tell us a little bit about your relationship with your pitchers. How does that work? I know a lot of times, you spend a lot of time pregame, the bullpen, getting them loose, or maybe even outside of the dugout. But what's that relationship like before a game and then during a game?
Yes. Well, my pitcher right now is Hannah Vaught. She's a junior this year, and I've caught her for going on 3 years now. So we're really close. We really just understand each other. If we have a problem in the game, we'll talk it out. Be like, well, what pitches do you want to throw, and how do you want to do it? And she'll tell me how to do it or what she wants. And I really respect that out of her because a lot of people don't tell you or just get snobby about it. So she's very upfront, which I love about Hannah. But we're really close, and I'm really excited to just continue this with her because she can do great things.
Now, tell us a little bit about the relationship with umpires. I caught at the collegiate level, and obviously there was a lot of talking that went on and trying to develop that I guess friendship, so to speak, during the game. Maybe that'll get you a call here or there, or maybe he'll tell you what he's looking for. But tell us a little bit about your relationship with the umpire throughout a game.
No, I love to keep a positive attitude towards the umpire just because that gives me a little bit more of an edge. He'll talk to me, I'll talk to him, we'll introduce ourselves, and I always protect my umpires. That's the number one thing. And I feel like the more I protect them, the more they are like, hey, hi, you know?
Yeah. You ever get a call when you're batting because you've protected an umpire?
Maybe, but
Yeah.
it's
You don't have to name names.
no, I won't.
All right. Well, coming into the season, just based on what I do, I go through schedules from around the state, and I look at different schedules, and I'll pick out matches or games or soccer, whatever the sport may be. Do you find yourself doing that at the beginning of the year? Do you look at your schedule and look forward to certain games? Maybe it's a team that maybe beat you last year, or maybe you've got friends or family on the other team.
Yeah.
Are there games really that you really get maybe a little bit more up for?
Oh, for sure. To start our season, we started at the Plattsburgh tournament, but as soon as that, it was a home game against South Harrison. They were going to be a great competitor, and we came out and we played hard and we beat them, and that was a really big game for us. We had a great crowd supporting us, and then the following weeks, it was Maysville, our loss in the district championship game, and we beat them right out the dock. So I was really excited about those two games. They were really big games for us.
Yeah, well, you shut out Maysville 12-0, I believe.
Yep.
I thought you might remember that.
I do.
I know you've got several more weeks of high school softball. Have you thought about the next level or what your plans are going forward after you graduate?
Yes, I have. I plan to attend a university, hopefully for softball. I've talked to a few, but nothing's for sure yet. But I'm not sure what my major is going to be, but I know it's going to be so exciting.
Very good. Well, Chloe, again, on behalf of the Missouri Sports Network and the Missouri State Highway Patrol and Chevrolet, congratulations for being named a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you so much.
And Coach Ross, greatly appreciate you setting this up and being so diligent with your questions about what this was about. That's great. We are. This is episode probably 440 this year in calendar year, or not calendar year, but since we started, we're about 5.5 million hits. So we're gradually people are going to know who we are, and everyone is going to know who Miss Gilbert is.
And that's a good thing. We're excited. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And if it's not, this is best, I'm telling you, a well-deserved person to receive this honor. She, like I said, she's just an amazing person to be around. And it gives you hope for what, people are like, what's this world coming to? Well, I've got somebody that's going to tell you what this world's coming to.
Outstanding. Well, if you guys will hang on right there, we're going to wrap this up and just stay right there on the screen. But you're watching and listening to the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. 3 seconds that could save your life.